G'day everybody, and welcome back to Conan. Although this is a brand new Conan, because this one is going to be something quite different. Previously I played Conan just trying to learn the game and get a bit of a feel for whether I thought it could work. But now, thanks to Nev, who is here with me.
Hello.
Thanks to Nev, we are going to be running this as a community server soon. The idea for today and the next little while until we figure out where we're going to settle down is Nev's going to help me find a place for us to settle down. Oh no. No. Hang on.
What's going on?
I had to uninvert mouse because this is one of the games I played before I forced myself to learn to uninvert. Oh. So yeah, Nev is with me here somewhere on the server. I'm not sure where.
Yeah, there's a lot of different spawn points. Where did you spawn?
I2.
Oh, I'm in H2.
Okay, so that's not far.
I guess we will meet at the river because that's where it wants us to go anyway.
Okie dokie. That seems like a good choice. I don't remember there being... Was there anything that I was meant to collect at this card? There was, wasn't there?
There's a small chest with some food. That's about it.
Ah. So, one of the things that was really, really fun the last sort of community build server we did, well, on all of them, so we've got the Valheim one where we built the giant town, which was really, really cool. We had the Scrapyard one where we built the giant fueling spaceport station and then the train and all of that stuff, and that was really cool. And Conan should perform better than Valheim did with us creating a town. Plus, Nev's added a few mods that should give us a bit more decorative options and things like that. So I'm hoping that as a community we can build a settlement, build something really massive and detailed and pretty. The server will be open for supporters only. The reason for that is trolling. Because people are jerks on the internet. Goodbye, friendo.
Yeah, your hair has some interesting physics.
Yeah, it kind of goes inside my back.
Gods curse this sandstorm. We were forced to take refuge before the wind scoured the skin from our faces. There is something in the storm. Beasts. We hear the skittering of their paws outside the ruins, and their howls mingled with the screaming winds. The men are scared. I've put them to work crafting rudimentary weapons and torches from the loose stones and rough plants that dot this place. I've yet to meet a beast that liked fire, or the bite of the axe.
Thanks, Crizil and Brixie for the Prime subs. And thank you, Beldenek, for the 100 bits. Morthus, I think probably it might be a bit soon to tell me about a suggestion for a city, but you can sure give me a map coordinate if you want. Nev and I probably need to make a little base of camp or something to get ourselves a bit equipped so we can scout around a bit more. On the river at I6. Oh, I think I remember that area. It was quite... I mean, that area, yeah.
River at I6, you mean the Black Hand camp there?
Well, I wonder if he means the little plateau area that's down at river height, like that's a little mini floodplain. Because then we'd have the big... My worry there is we'll have to just see how long the sun is there or whether it's blocked by the stuff around. Thanks, Aegon!
Not sure if that's a lot of space for an actual multiplayer town.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. And thank you, NukaWorld. Thank you for the 100 bits. Why did I choose Australia as the setting for this server? Do you know, NukaWorld, it took me a moment to pass that message and not assume you were saying, why did I pick Australia as the location. Ah!
Oh, you've reached the river. I have to find you.
I think you're just up the hill from me.
And you ignored all your instructions, what you should do.
Well, I didn't die, so that's something.
Well, almost.
Yeah, this isn't fair. You can spy on me and I can't spy on you. What were my instructions? You must stay hydrated and full to survive. You can see the state of... Use water skins in your inventory.
I just meant those, those mini quests.
I don't... What mini quests?
Yeah, the instructions for you should eat and drink, and it gives you something else afterwards, and then you do them, you get the reward. These
Oh.
Johnny steps or whatever they're called.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to meet up with you first. Thought I was doing the right thing, apparently not.
Who approaches?
Oh. Nope, that's not you. Ah!
Where are you?
That guy's got a spear!
Oh, you're on the other side of the arch.
No, away with you, bud. Don't want... No, go away, 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 go away. Oh. Stamina down. Where's the fiber bushes? There's one. Oh, jeez, he's still following me. Give up, buddy. Leave me alone. How much plant fiber do they want me to get? It's telling me to harvest plant fiber. I've harvested some. Ooh. Gotta gather the whole bush. I can't gather the whole bush. This guy's gonna stab me with his spear. Where's a crocodile I can lure him to?
Maybe I'll eventually manage to find you.
Oh no, I think he's backed off. Nope. Is that one of three? Happy after that one? Yep, 2 of 3. Okay, craft and wear clothing. Sure. Every level you gain 1 attribute point. Yep. Attributes. Vitality. Okay. Increase the size of my health pool. I think that's good. Search for more survivors. The road north, it's on the desert. Yeah. Search for more survivors. Hey, Nev. Ah, okay. That wasn't the Nev I was expecting. Okay. This is not solo play. This is... Nev is going to be with me for the streams as much as he can manage, given he's in Germany and it's getting late there. Or is already late there. So...
do we want to form a clan?
yeah, I think...
Or whatever it's called in this game.
I think the two of us probably should. So, on the topic of clans and tribes and that side of things, given this is going to be a community server, there's obviously a number of questions about that. Shall I make it?
Yeah, it's probably best.
To create a clan, start typing a name. Sure, I'll just call it Zebra Monkeys because I'm feeling lacking in creativity this morning. Then I had to interact with you or something, didn't I?
Probably using the E
Nope, not
wheel.
punch.
Oh.
Sorry.
Friendly fire should be off or extremely minimal.
Invite player to Party? No.
No, not party.
Invite to clan.
Can I... Should also be able to see each other on the map now. I think?
Maybe? Okay, I promoted you to officer. You can do stuff in the clan. But yeah, the way we're going to work the clans is everyone can have their own, because otherwise managing all the thralls will be a nightmare. And Nev's figured out a way to make it so that we should only need to have thin streets between our buildings in the village. We hope.
The game was actually on sale the last 2 weeks. Unfortunately, the sale has now ended.
Yeah. But definitely wait for a Conan sale, because the core game often goes for 90 to 95% off.
Yeah, it was like $5 the last few weeks. Something.
Yeah. And yeah, we had hoped that we would have started this while it was still on sale, but it didn't quite line up. The DLCs, I don't own any of the DLCs. So, if that gives you an idea, I own none of them. It's still on sale on Epic. Can Epic join the server?
I don't think so.
Because it's Steam networking.
Because it's Steam mods.
Ah, okay. Right. How do we achieve this next search for survivors thing?
I just got it when I walked here. So there must be a specific location you have to go through.
Oh. So I gotta go back south so I can trigger it, or do I have to get to the river?
Might have to... You could try going to the river, but it triggered at some location in the desert for me.
Why? Free is the only sale, except from Epic. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna have to head south. I'll be back. Oh, is it the body near the stone columns with the beast? Is that where it triggers? If you've done the other things. Right. Oh, that's a decent bit of travel to do.
Maybe it's generous and gives it to you when you get back into the desert or something.
Let's hope so. So yeah, I've been looking forward to doing some sort of town build in a game for a long time. Because we had so much fun with the one in Valheim. There were so many cool builds. And to play a game that's hopefully better suited to that, while still having a more consistent artistic palette than a game like Minecraft, for example, where if you're going to get people to build in that, everything's going to look very different. There we go. Got near the building. Now I got to pick up some stones. Cool. Can I define supporters? That means anyone who's a Twitch sub, YouTube member, Patreon patron. Includes Prime subs. It's just a way to gate things, because we, for all these servers, are quite strictly non-PvP. Because I don't like PvP. For the most part, I don't find it fun. I find it stressful and anxiety-provoking. And sad when I lose my fancy stuff that I built. So it means it's just a way to gate it in a fashion that's painful for someone to abuse. I think it's probably the best way to put it. All right. So, Nev, what sort of equipment do you think we're going to need to be able to go out and explore a little bit?
We should probably get like a tier up at least. Maybe iron,
Iron gear, you reckon?
so we don't have to fight for our lives with everything.
You don't want to fight for your lives with everything? Craft a stone weapon. How do?
You have to pick the type of weapon you want and then
Oh,
learn the
that's right. It's
knowledge.
a knowledge tree thing, isn't it?
Either learn warrior, skirmisher, or I forgot what the other one was called.
Bruiser. Or archer. I guess since you're going to have the latency and we're probably going to be doing a lot of fighting together, I should probably choose warrior or bruiser.
I've been considering what I will do because of the latency. I'm not sure if range is actually an advantage with latency, so I will probably just go sword and board.
Okay.
Or maybe two-hand sword, depends how it works out. But I like sword and board. It's like
Bedroll.
gameplay.
Yeah, that's fair. Thanks, Darcivo. Thank you for the sub. Yes. Prime subs are fine. It's literally just to put a safety check on things. Because if there's someone who comes into the server and starts spamming game chat with horrible messages, I want to be able to ban them and make it really hard for them to rejoin. That's pretty much my entire motivation for it. Yep, Squid, you are. Thank you. Shall I just shove a bedroll down somewhere so I don't have to go back to right at the start? I should, shouldn't I?
It's probably not a bad idea to just have one somewhere. You can only have one, so if you place a new one, it will be destroyed.
Yep. That's fine.
But we can have a bed and a bedroll. So once we have
Yeah.
a hovel somewhere, we can have a bed there.
Okay, so Shadow and I set up on the river, but should we...
I would recommend setting up on the north side of the river at least, if
Yeah.
not maybe a bit more into the desert even.
Yeah, so do we want to find a place, we'll cross over and we'll pick a location to begin setting up a bit of a camp so we can get a bit of progress?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a good point, Yarden. You do need to link your Discord to whatever platform.
Something I just noticed. Why is it night for me and day for you?
Oh. Well, that ain't right. How does that work? That's very weird.
Not using
Great.
local time for the environment, is it? Would be weird.
That'd
Maybe?
be very strange.
And I can see you on the map, you're just like one... Oh, you don't have the mini-map enabled. Can they enable it manually?
How do I... can I enable a minimap?
Yeah, I have a mini-map.
But how?
Open your inventory, there should be a UI settings button.
Other settings...
I think that's your mini-map. Somewhere on the middle.
Oh, it showed up now.
Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, and I have mine at the bottom because
It goes over the top of the thing, yeah. Okay, that's better. That's quite handy. So we want to go and pick up... what, stuff like... Wait, when it says local time set, does that mean it's actually going to be just whatever time of day it is real world? In-game?
The time below the mini-map is definitely local time. But... Let's change that.
I probably don't need to have a thing telling me what time it is. That's just clutter.
Yeah. But that the environment depends on local time is weird.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm also...
Very strange.
Unless it's actually based on how long my character has been made. But why is it not server-wide? Well, oh well. Something to find out later.
Yep. Collecting a little bit of ironstone. Is that a bad idea right now?
It's probably fine as long as we don't overload us.
Okay. So you were saying head north. Do we want to head roughly to where Borthos was saying and on that spot on the river? Somewhere along this river that's to the north in I-5 and 6.
There could be a bunch of enemies there, but we can try.
Okay. What's the worst that could happen?
We start over and do the same thing again.
Yep. But yeah, for linking Twitch and YouTube, you do that in Discord. For linking Patreon, you do that on Patreon. Just, you know, because things can't be perfectly consistent. Because that's not how the world works. In a really annoying fashion. Spam those bedrolls. That is another option. That is certainly another option. What's my weight? Yeah. I'm going to pick up the iron when I can, because I remember that being a bit of a pain at the start. Maybe that was, as you were saying, Nev, because Shadow and I were too far back. So there's a lady in armor. Do we fight her or avoid her? Maybe avoid her.
Where did you see her?
She's up on the ledge.
Oh, over there.
Oh, are you fighting her?
Nah, it was just...
I hear crocodile.
Yeah, I killed one of those earlier. It takes a lot of time with the stone weapon.
Yeah, let's just move. It'll give up. Surely, right? Yeah, it's given up already.
Oh, yeah, there's the camp to the left. Up on the ridge.
Yep. Yeah, crocodile.
Wow.
Alright, so... Craft basic wraps. We might need to sprint a little bit. I think the croc's still chasing you.
I wonder if it gives up based on its distance moved or the distance to me.
Feels like distance to you. Because it's been chasing a lot further than the last one.
Oh, no, it's gone.
Oh, there's another crocodile up ahead.
Well, we are at the river. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Makes sense. Use the item.
Teaches you an emote.
What teaches you an emote?
There's this book.
Huh.
Not that I remember what button I used to do emotes.
Oh, I didn't harvest the corpse. I have to kill this one. Refill my water skin.
Yeah, I'm done with these survival tasks. I'll
Yeah, I
accept a
figured you
new
would have been
one
already.
whenever we have a base. Well, you're close when it's a water skin. There's like a step or two left.
Refill the water, select the item from a shortcut slot or use it in the inventory while facing nearby a water source. I think I just did. Didn't I?
I think
Yeah,
you ate your
okay.
meat.
Now. Great. Unlock primitive cook from the knowledge menu.
Oh yeah, I remember. You have to cook the meat you just harvested and then eat it, and that was survival.
Place a campfire. Yeah, I remember these journeys being a little annoying.
Well, it's basically a tutorial for the game.
Yeah. Oh. Tree. Tree?
I have some wood if you need some.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Cooking the meat. Thanks, Tommaso. Take for 42 months. Ah, the answer to Campac, the Splitsy, and whose side is TFE really on? Indeed. Australian running from crocodiles. Impossible. I've seen a movie where that wouldn't happen. Well, I didn't have my spoon. I haven't made one yet. Okay. Eating the thing. Multiple journeys unlocked. Cool. Alright. I'll deal with the journeys once we've found somewhere. Rather than now. Because
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
it's a bit annoying to have to deal with it on the way. How hard would it be to kill this crocodile? Oh, wrong key.
Not impossible. Like I said, I killed one earlier. If you
So
remember
what's
that
the
they
dodge key?
mostly, I have no idea.
I thought there was like a dodge roll or a... There were other controls that I'm forgetting.
Yeah, there was some
Left
dodge
alt.
key.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Same as I set it to be in Asker. Good. Dodge is double tap shift. Oh, that was such a dumb keybind. Oh. Couple of dead crocs over here and a village. At least being down here, you do have relatively easy access to some trolls, I suppose. One thing I'm going to struggle with is I don't have a good perception of scale of builds that are typically done in Conan. As to how big the town area really needs to be.
Big and then probably twice as big.
Yeah, I mean, they're not arc big, but I had a feeling they were big.
Well, you don't need room for huge dinos, so that's a plus. But the buildings tend to still be rather sizable. Especially if you're actually having a base in there, because you need lots of place for crafting benches and stuff like that.
Yeah, true. Oh yeah, up on the plateau there is a large open area. Could work. F5, G5. Hey, Zyph! Thank you for the 64 months. We're back to punching camels. Are there camels in this? There's a spider up ahead.
I think there's camels?
Yeah, don't remember camels. Oh, the fool is saying there are camels. I'll take his word for it.
But if there are, you must be able to ride some. So. Otherwise, I would be
I
very
mean, yes, one of my
disappointed.
crimes was punching a camel, that's right. If I reckon this is going to be a good enough place for us to have a little camp, isn't it? It's a nice little spot. The temple.
Yeah, just for us to start out, it should just be fine.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There are a few trees to knock down. So what sort of things...
For
Yeah.
actual town spots,
This would be terrible.
yeah, it's too small.
Yeah.
If we want to stay in the desert, there's a few areas we could check out which are large enough for some. Yeah.
Well, my thinking
There's
would be...
also some spots a bit further away in the green areas or in the
Yeah.
brownish area.
My thinking for a town would be that we ideally want something that's the center can be big enough, and then it can just expand naturally along whichever bits of the terrain allow it to. It doesn't have to be an American grid city. It can be what I think of more as a English or medieval style city where it's just grown as people have added to it.
More European, less American.
Yeah. Because there's not going to be the big wide open spaces that allow you to do the grid size thing. So we just adapt to the terrain as we go, which I think will also look more interesting. Start a builder journey. All right, fine. I think that's homesteader
Survival shelter?
or survival shelter. Yeah, survival shelter.
But if we both activate it, it's going to be annoying, isn't it?
Possibly. Now I've just got to find where the thing was that I was supposed to activate. Apprentice Mason knowledge. There we go. Grip your stone hatchet and swing it at trees.
Oh,
Thanks, Squid. Thanks for 2 months. I am over in cupboard. A construction hammer. Make a construction hammer.
That's important. And hopefully we can make some chests.
Yeah. Alright. So... Oh, I imagine Conan, given it's got a fair bit of a PvP thing to it, has decaying buildings. Is that something we've disabled?
That should be disabled.
Also, was there a keybind to raise and lower?
I was just thinking about that.
Chat, do you guys know? No, scroll turns it around.
Shift scroll.
Ah, I think
What does it want from me? I should build a wall. And a
need
dwarf.
more stone.
Use the building piece picker. Okay, I did that. Oh, like more wall.
Fisherman alright will inform you of the actions you can take while... Whoa, angry.
Oh, silly stone weapons also a lot of life.
Angry. Oh, come on, stamina, come back. I gotta get better at balancing my stamina use again. Oh. The contextual menu in the lower right of the screen will inform you of the actions you can take. But, oh, it's specifically saying build a wall. Right. Let's we get some more stone. I'm sure Nev will skin the thing. It's fine.
Oh, I should have.
I'm not too stressed at the moment, chat, about collecting stuff and, like, leveling up and things like that. My main goal right now is getting enough that we can explore and find our place to settle. Because I love building, and if I don't feel like the place where I'm building is going to be final, it's just a bit sad. Build a door frame. Use the building piece picker. Middle click.
I didn't even know it had that feature. Maybe it's new.
Build a ceiling. Get more stone. Stone daggers are your favorite stone weapons because of the bleed. Fair. How are you envisaging this will work on the server? Fixed playtimes. It'll be time limits just like the other ones. So Nev has already made a mod that limits playtime to roughly the amount of time I stream per week. So that people don't get too advanced. We had that problem on the Ark server that we ran years ago, where, you know, people had everything before I'd even figured out how to move properly. And it took a lot of the fun out of it. So instead, we're going with we go with the way that we've done in the few servers now, which is limiting it to that rough 4 hours per week. I envisage with Conan, though, that limit will relax much more quickly than we did in, say, the Scrapyard server. Because it shouldn't matter so much once I've got myself set up a little bit what other people are doing around the town. It'd just be nice for them to have the time to do those cool things around the town. So I think it'll be less impactful, less strict than it has been on the previous servers. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
What happened here? Oh, the wall is...
Oh, I meant to build 2 blocks high, aren't I? Did I put the wall back to front?
Yeah, the one was flipped. I turned it around.
And I'm also meant to build 2 blocks high because of the camera, aren't I?
Yeah, one high ceilings are very cramped. Although one high ceilings, one high walls, and then
A
no
vaulted
roofs.
ceiling.
That also works.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good learning experience from Ark. And that's the thing with other stuff. There are a few options that I know some content creators use for managing this stuff. You've got the option of just having the server up when you're online and you're actually playing, which I think for some games is the right way to go. But I feel like giving everyone the option to play at a time that suits them during the week rather than a time that suits me, it's kind of nice. And it's nice to have a way to open that up where it wouldn't be possible if we didn't have that as an option, because you'd just be stuck with, well, Splitsy's streams at a time that's 2 AM for me, so that means I either don't sleep or I don't play. And that kind of sucks. The Block Conan Era Edition. Kinda. Yeah, we probably don't want to build all the thing huge, but whatever. This will be fine. Just build a flat box for now. I will make it look pretty if I'm given the time. So I think all of the utility stuff is locked to clans. So you'll need to either join a clan with someone else or, unfortunately, I think make it. I don't think there'll be a way to share it. And because of the way the thralls work, I don't think we can have everyone in the same clan. Unfortunately. Because I think it'll cause big problems with the thralls. And pets and stuff like that. Just through, not through people intentionally misusing other people's thralls, but accidentally. Yep, brick house. With what I would call Shadow's hell of a roof. Oh, nice. Thank you. Shall I claim one of the beds?
Yeah. So we can at least safely respawn here.
Do I just lie down to claim it? Yep. Spawn point
I think it worked.
Bound to Splitty, bound to Nev. Oh, we actually have to make dyes to color things, don't we? With the LBPR thing.
I'm not quite sure, but it's possible.
If only that didn't look terrible from the inside. I kind of like having a little thatch bit above the roof there. Above the entryway. Oh, yeah, that's right. There is a trick to getting the pillars offline, like misaligned from the rest of the grid, isn't there? That works. Ark.
Oh, I already put some stairs there. We will probably have to pick them up.
Oh, yeah, might be the stairs that are blocking me. That's alright. That's alright. I will do it the way that I did the other one.
You can also just pick up the stairs. So.
There we go. Perfect. I'm really happy with that, actually. Thanks, Taz. Thank you for the 6 months in advance. Thank you for the 39 months. I'm glad you're excited for the return of Survival Impossible. See, we may have a brick house. It's mighty, but it'll be fine. Ooh. Could I? Do... Yes. Oh. No, I can't. Do we repair tools in this, or I've forgotten already? Do we just make new stone tools?
I think the basic stuff will just vanish.
We repair.
when you're done.
There's a repair option.
Oh yeah. But the fancy stuff you need to repair using actual repair kits. But yeah, there's the basic stuff you can just repair.
Need more rocks. You're now 53 episodes into SI again since you released the new one. Needed to remind yourself of what happened. Fair enough. It was 2 years. Just going to try a few different wall designs here. This bit's going to be tricky to line up, though. Okay, that's definitely wrong. Where does it line up on the wall? It is close-ish to that one. Nope, still too far. Okay, this style is definitely harder to do. Definitely harder. But I kind of like it. Diver Bishop, why do you hate combat in this game? I'm just terrible at combat in games, so I don't really have much hatred for them usually. I'm just bad. Well, I never know how much of it's me bad versus game bad. Probably a better way. Oh, that looks much better on that side. Position that much better. So, Nev, is it getting dark on your end, or is it now getting light? Because it's getting dark on my end in game.
I think it's getting dark. Maybe it figured it out.
Oh, that's too far. Dang it.
Yeah, the days are running much faster, so maybe it just was not in sync for some reason.
Yeah, weird.
But yeah,
I am
it's
gonna
getting
give up
dark
on this
for me
soon,
as
chat.
well, so.
There we go. Nice. Jack says, if he recalls correctly, the game has some weird way to sync daylight for players, so when someone joins, they don't start at night. Ah, so maybe my day got sped up?
Oh, yeah, possible, because I was standing around for a while you were still making your character.
Yeah. Oh, need more stone. That's quite cool. Thanks, Solid Nebula. Thank you for 22 months. I had no idea you played this. I've only played a little bit of Conan. It appealed to me because Nev and Jackson both spoke highly of it. And we'd been talking about various server-based games that could be fun with the community, and I thought it'd be worth trying out. And I think, from what I've seen people build in Conan, it is the right sort of game for us. In terms of a builder where we can show off some really cool builds and do fancy stuff. Like, this is my starter building, but I'm just trying to learn how I can off-grid stuff so I can do fancier stuff later. There's no, like, rotated pillar, is there?
I mean, like, sideways?
Yeah, like horizontal. Is there one in, like, timber or anything?
Well, possible. There's a lot of extra building pieces.
Okay. So maybe I'll get one later. Eh. Yeah. It's really dark. And because it's a server, we won't advance night, will we?
Level 17 has a lot of rotated beams and stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, should have put some torches down.
And we should probably make some. Probably not a bad idea. Okay, that's not liking me. I'm gonna have to place this one right out off. See, you all accused me of brick, and now I'm making detailed brick. Which I think is a valid compromise for a starter build. The building in this doesn't feel any... To me, it doesn't feel particularly worse than... Or... I don't even know if worse is the right word that I'm looking for. It doesn't feel particularly bad. When I think about building an Icarus, it doesn't feel too different. And I mean that in a good way, not in a bad way. It feels better than Ark. Ark building was incredibly annoying. But I think part of Ark's building being incredibly annoying is that it... it has scale problems. And I like building detailed, not less than gigantic.
A vanilla Ark definitely favors big builds rather than small detailed builds.
Yeah. Oh, cool, you made the doors. Oh wait, no, no one made doors. What do I need for the doors?
Just
More wood.
I guess.
Need a little more wood.
I put some resources into the chests here.
Yeah. Uh oh. Angry antlers.
Oh, another one of those.
Enshrouded has some good building elements, but it's definitely not a community server game. It is small scale co-op. Which isn't bad, it's just not for what we were looking for here. I think it could probably perform well at that if it were if it had a server, but it doesn't.
Enshrouded does have a server.
But not like a have lots of players on it server.
Well, it probably doesn't scale with a lot of
I thought it had a max
players
of
at the same
fewer
time.
players, or is it changed now? PvP should be off.
I'm not sure what's the maximum. Yeah, PvP is off.
Oh, I didn't actually collect the wood I was trying to collect. Does this actually work? It doesn't feel like it works.
I think the big tree is not for harvesting.
At least the trees are growing back quickly. I swear we'd cleaned this area out before.
It will be interesting to see at which distance they respawn. Pretty sure I removed these bushes. Well, maybe I need to create a structure to keep trees and stuff away from the base.
Yeah, although...
But the side effect of allowing buildings closer to each other, also trees and stuff respawn closer to buildings.
Huh.
But I can possibly create a structure that blocks resources for a higher distance, so we can keep stuff a bit further away.
Not super urgent though.
A scarecrow for trees.
It's nice for the start for us to have those things spawning real close, so maybe something we can add later, but and that doesn't need to be done yet. I need to unlock Boxmaker.
There's some features from a mod that allows you to get resources to craft, but I'm not sure how to use it with the construction hammer.
Ah.
You can use it in the building selection menu. Oh, okay, I see. So in theory, I mean, if you open the building selection menu with F, I think,
Yeah.
then at the bottom there should be a pull option where you can pull resources to craft the boxes you want to build. Assuming we have resources, there should still be some.
That pulls from nearby boxes, does it?
Yeah,
Cool.
a bit less chore of walking around and finding stuff.
Put the iron in there. Alright, survival shelter journey completed. We need the... Okay, so the next thing we need is probably blacksmith, because we wanted to get iron stuff, right?
Right.
Alright, so I'll activate the blacksmith journey. I presume we'll possibly both do that one. Or sure. Yeah. Unlock blacksmith knowledge. Let's get that. Where is blacksmith?
It's under survival. Oh, there's the main survival tab at the top.
Ah. There it is. At least I know that the ways I was looking in that previously were not good. Okay, access or place a furnace. Ah, cool. So we don't both need to build one.
Do we have stuff
Fantastic.
per furnace?
Just need a whole bunch of stone.
250 stone. Well, we probably place this outside, right?
It looks like I've got enough. Nope, 248.
You can try pulling from the
Okay,
chest,
I
but
already
just
did.
use
That's
the
how I got
chest.
to 248.
Ah.
I just picked up 2 off the ground. It's done.
I would go collect some more stone.
When did the server go live for everyone else? Nev's got to fix a problem that we have with the server whitelist. And once we figure that out, and once we've decided on a place for our town, because basically what I want to do is define where people shouldn't build, because otherwise what could happen is someone might settle right where we actually want to put the town, and that person's got to move, and that sucks for that person. So I'd rather we find the place, we set the location, we be like, all right, don't build in this area because that's where the palace, town hall, I'm thinking of it a town hall this time, the town hall and the market square will be. The market square needs to be kept empty. The town hall location needs to be kept able for Nev and I to build in, and then everywhere else can be town around it. Everyone can build up around it. And we need to have a think about what scale the plots should be, because that I don't know either. We need to find an ironstone node now.
Oh, I need to access the furnace.
Along the river has some problems. Largely being that it's not near a lot of the resources. Hello, sliding animal. Antelope? What are you? Can't remember what you are. Ibex? You're not an ibex. My throat feels dry. Ow. Yeah, like we did in Valheim, exactly. So for anyone familiar with how the town was laid out in Valheim, same idea. Although Valheim, we had it open from the start. Just knew that with Conan, I was going to be very slow to start. So that wasn't going to work so well. But it's just because the main town isn't in beginner-friendly area doesn't mean that people can't set up their own town there as well. The main town is just what's going to be seen on stream, and if we do any group quests out and about. Did you find some iron, or did you just fall down?
I'm looking for iron stones, but...
Yeah, I can't remember where there were any around here. And I'm sure a lot of things like this will evolve as we go. I tend to have, for better or worse, a bit of a habit of being kind of vague with the rules of these things, apart from certain parts, like the PvP side of things. As I tend to feel like leaving yourself some wiggle room to change things later is a good thing. Meska, when the server info is published, when Nev's ready, it will be on Discord. All of these community event type things are done through Discord because it's the only place where I can pull together easily everyone from the multiple platforms. Because I don't want to exclude Patreon, I don't want to exclude YouTube, I don't want to exclude Twitch, so yeah, it's the only one that works. Even if Discord makes me irrationally angry at times. Because it does do that. If you or I find like 2 iron nodes, we should probably let the other person know so they can get one of them. And no iron. If I keep following this coastline, there were some iron things that I found last time. Yeah, the lack of competition in Discord space is probably why Discord is as useful as it is in some respects, but also why it's as terrible as it is in some respects. Because if you have too much competition, there's no coalescence of people on one platform, which is helpful to make one of those platforms more useful. But similarly, if everyone's on one platform, then that platform does horrible things like making you pay for nitro and then giving you ads.
Enemies approaching.
What? Why did I hear enemy? Ah! No, lady. Please no. Please no. You're much better equipped than I am. You fight the crocodile.
Oh, I found a bunch of iron, but I think I went the opposite way of you.
I found one. I just gotta not get eaten by this crocodile. I own none of the DLC, so you guys don't need to either. There we go. Obtain fuel, coal, oil, and wood. Will I get that if I just chop a tree?
I was thinking that should work.
Yep, it does. Alright, I'm coming home. Oh, Lowen. Well done. Very well done. I get suggestions that I should climb, and then in Capak's voice, climbing's for chimps. Well played. Yeah, my understanding of the DLCs is there is one DLC which is a map and the ability to ride a rhino, and all the other DLCs are decorative building parts.
Oh, that's about
Building
right.
styles. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I see some building designs that I want and I can't access them, maybe I will, but honestly, probably not.
And yes, everyone that owns the DLCs can use them on the server. There's no server-side part to it.
What we haven't figured out is whether people who have the DLCs can provide parts for people who don't.
All the DLC stuff is too high level for me to unlock so far, so I can't test it yet.
Yeah. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. That guy hurts. That guy hurts a lot. Oh no. I thought he wasn't chasing me. I thought I'd gotten enough time. I will respawn at my bed. I should have checked, yeah. I forgot how long the animation was for that. And I even picked up the aloe that was for the poultices or whatever they are that I meant to use instead. Oops. Because they're quick.
Yeah, I should make some aloe potions.
I made it an hour and 7 minutes in with it before I died, so yeah, I think that's better than last time.
Yeah,
Someone who has the DLC can build stuff.
Bandages are very dangerous if you're alone.
Yeah, I honestly just completely forgot how long the animation. I remembered it being long, but I didn't remember it being that long. So where's my stuff? There it is. Your health is critical. Thought Charlie just made a... She was sick noise, but she must have just... Oh, she's doing... She does this funny thing where she kind of... Yeah, almost... I don't even know the word for it. It's like swallowing really loudly in your sleep. It's real weird.
Oh. We have a sandstorm coming in.
Is that not usual?
Well, sort of usual. But we should be close enough to get here. Well, I will hide in the house.
The build pieces are easily replaceable, so you could make a shape with vanilla pieces and ask somebody to simply replace them with DLC if you had a certain design in mind. Yeah. So there are options, but Nev, you added some bits, some mod extra decorative bits, didn't you?
Yeah. For the actual building pieces, most are like additional pieces, more shapes like that.
The storm's still coming in, Nev. I'm still getting hurt.
I'm not taking damage inside.
Was I too near the window?
It'd be kind of fun. Oh, I took a little bit of damage now.
Yeah.
Maybe it is from the window. It's fine over here.
You know what would be torturing this game? Make a mod that adds your stamina is low, your stamina is critical, like an SE. Well, I was quickly bringing up my soundboard plugin so that I could play this when I died, but I was a bit slow with it. Storm seems to be over. Alright, so make an iron bar.
There should hopefully already be some made.
You didn't light it.
Oh. That's unfortunate. Oh, there was a storm coming.
Can Splitsy turn off chromatic aberration? I don't know.
Just in the graphic setting, I think.
Is it? It's probably part of post-processing, and I don't like turning off all of post-processing because it usually does other weird things. I don't think you can turn off just the chromatic aberration. Is there a shutter for the window? I don't recall there being one. The stone
the
windows?
proper windows later have some, but these stone walls don't. Maybe?
Access or place a blacksmith's bench. Alright, blacksmith's bench. Okay, Nev, you might need to explain blacksmith's bench versus blacksmith's bench dash snap LBPR.
Oh yeah, it's from the mod that makes them snap to foundations and stuff, I think.
Ah, so you can place them more accurately.
It's otherwise not different.
Okay, so we need more stone.
There should be a bunch in the chest,
I think I already pulled it all when I was making the furnace.
I know, there's 500 in the chest. I put it.
Well, I mustn't have been close enough when I clicked pull then. That must be the problem.
I collected it after you made the furnace.
Oh no, but I mean, I clicked pull just then, but I mustn't have been close enough. I should have probably
Oh,
gone inside to do it.
Yeah, possible. I'm not sure what the range is. You can
That's
set
really-
the range, but it has some performance implications, so I
Yeah.
left it at the default.
Yep. Is there a way to drop into chests with this mod?
Sort of. You can open. If you open the chest, there's the quick stack button, which I'm not sure if it always had that.
I think that was default.
And
But that's
it
good enough.
It does have an option for an organizer chest, like a drop-off chest where you drop stuff in and it sorts it into chests that already have the same stuff.
Okay. That's cool.
But I'm not sure where or when you get that. Ah, the stupid antelope is back.
Does not. I really should equip my weapon.
Wait, it hurts.
Jeez, it helps if I actually look at the thing and then swipe with my weapon. Oh, geez, Nev, get inside.
I really need to get some stuff together for a shield.
Uh-oh. Stamina low. Stamina low. There we go. Okay. Right, 50 iron. We got 32. Yeah, the chromatic aberration I think is used to show my stamina being low. It doesn't appear to be at the corners of the screen like it is in SE, which is just awful. But yeah, it seems to be okay. It's okay to me, and I would rather not turn off all post-processing. Oh, you have a shield.
I just need to take like an iron bar. Yeah, apparently.
Yep, you just need to take it, and then we just need to wait for 50, and then I'll make the blacksmith's bench, and then access it, and then we've got iron stuff. I've got healing potions. Alright, so attributes. Knowledge. Survival. And we'll get carpenter. Oh, I shouldn't unlock stuff until I'm doing the journey for it, should I?
The journey doesn't mind about the unlock. If there's an unlock step in the journey, it will skip it. But
Okay, cool. Now, you've adjusted the amount of points and things we get for stuff, so in normal vanilla Conan, you can't quite make... you can't quite unlock everything. Which is still true, but you can unlock about 50% more stuff with the way Nev's set up the mod than you could with vanilla. So hopefully that's enough for people to feel.
And Conan has the ability to actually play for more unlocks. So you can farm stuff from end game content where you get more points. You really want everything.
I don't know what the XP rate is at.
It's 2, I think. The first levels felt pretty fast.
Yeah.
You see how it feels.
Yeah.
Do you want to focus on weapons at first and I will do armor?
Yeah, sure. I have to make an iron pick first, though, as that's part of this quest line.
Yeah, that's fine. We should get iron tools for us both if possible.
Which needs 30 iron bars each for each of us.
Yeah, more iron collecting.
Yeah. Did you grab all the iron that I'd put in storage previously?
I think so.
Okay, cool. So we should probably go and find ourselves
Does the smelting thing have a pull option?
Not that I can see.
Ah, too
Uh,
bad. Oh, it does if you click the recipe.
Okay. So I can probably do the same on the bench here. I click on recipe iron pick. Pull. Pull request failed. Missing iron bar 22. Can it pull from the thing? No. It doesn't seem to be able to pull from the furnace. Only from storage. Seems.
Although the furnace does have an option exclude pull. Interesting.
I don't know about harvest rates.
Harvesting should also be increased to some degree. Just want to... Everything that takes time or is a chore should be reduced at least to a reasonable degree.
Yep.
Crafting
Now-
is a bit faster, as well, taming is faster. But I didn't make crafting cheaper, so you still have to collect the stuff, but it takes less time. Okay, I'll see if the iron is found. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna need to go out and get more iron, but I thought I'd make the first iron pick before we did.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
So should
I'll
have
see if I
enough
can
iron
make armor.
shortly. Yeah, one more to go. There we go. Craft the iron pick. No, unless Kentucky it doesn't pull unless there's enough, but I would have thought it'd pull what is there, but maybe that's me expecting behavior that doesn't exist. Alright, I have made the iron pick, the first one. We don't have quite enough iron to make a second one. That completed that journey. So the next would be steelsmith, which is probably not what I want to do. You were saying weapons, though I may have to go steelsmith to get weapons. I'll do the warrior one later. Alchemist, armor, tinker, steelsmith. Craft a steel tool, craft a steel weapon. Is there a weapons thing that isn't that? Doesn't look like it. So I'll probably deal with steelsmith once we've settled where we are. So I'll activate warrior. I'll try and get that out of the way. Blacksmith is weapons? You mean just because I've done the blacksmith one? Is as far as it's going to go. Alright. So I need to go to knowledge then. Weapons. And... what sort of weapon do you want me to make for you, Nev?
Just a normal
You were saying sword and board, weren't you?
Yeah.
So broadsword, short sword, bastard sword.
Whatever a one-handed sword is of those, I'm not sure. If
I
there's
know
a
short sword
difference.
is. I don't... because bastard sword's called that because it's a hand and a half. I don't know how Conan handles it. Does anyone in chat know?
I think the bastard sword is a modded sword,
Oh, okay.
so we will probably want to skip that for now, because it will use a different station probably.
Ah, right. Yep. That's why it's got the E on it. Okay, so I've got short sword unlocked. So you're going to make shields, right? As well as armor? Or are you just going to make armor?
I can also do shields.
Yeah?
I
Alright.
you didn't learn much yet, besides the first point in shields.
No. Just did the first one. Where does that get made?
What exactly?
Where does the shield get made?
Oh, just in inventory.
Why am I blind?
You learn it?
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't actually learn it. Maybe I just clicked on it and I didn't get it.
I can make you one if you want.
I did not click on it,
Okay.
apparently. Alright, I am making one. Okay, so where should we go to get some iron?
The river up north had some iron.
As in continue following the river we're on, or...
Yeah, exactly. Just this river
Okay.
further on.
Should we go as a team in case we run into badness?
Yeah. I wanted to check on what we need for the armor. Oh, there's a lot
Oh,
of
as in
armor
what
here.
resources we need to collect?
There's some more filters that for stuff I can actually make. This explode DLC armor. That all needs iron. Okay, I can possibly make light armor. How much light do we have?
Light armor right now, or...
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a lot of light. Could be better than these rags.
I have to put away the shield to do this. There we go.
Oh, we need so much twine. Yeah, I will do it later. We don't have stuff.
Oh, wait. I should put away the wood that I'm holding. Not planning on catching thralls yet. I'd rather... I was assuming we were going to wait on that, but Nev might correct me in whether that's a silly way to think about it. My thought was...
I think we can probably do fine without thralls for now.
Yeah, that was my thinking. What was I? I need to make a stone club. It's part of my journey. Alright, target, lock, an enemy. Let's go. Sunder is a condition applied by weapons. You can sunder an enemy with repeated attacks using right click. Yes, thank you. I need a better enemy than that before I can do that.
All our iron is also done smelting.
Yep. Alright, so off we go along the river to get some more iron. Cool. Yeah, Morthus, I was kind of tempted to do this as a let's... And I haven't actually run this by Nev, so I don't know how horrified he's going to be by this idea, but have our friends be friends? As in, the only... Ah, spider!
Are we fighting it? Apparently.
I wasn't intending to, but it already attacked me and it's poisoned me. Are we doing enough damage to actually fight this, or should we just back off?
It's slowly going down, but it's going down. And it's somehow frozen. Oh, it's unfrozen.
Two people versus 8 legs. Yeah. Do you have a skinning knife?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you skin it then. I am currently crippled.
Managed.
There we go. So yeah, there's a way in this that you can just get people who you free from captivity to become your friends, and we could just use those people rather than actually having to do the nasty stuff.
That's another spider.
Yeah, what... Do we... Can we run away from it? Oh, there's more. There are so many down here, Nev.
Okay. Maybe we should go
Yeah.
up.
We need to go up anyway. And there was another one up here.
There's a lot of spider hits behind us.
Oh! There are so many! I should not have looked back. Oh, now there's the priests.
Maybe they can fight the spiders.
Are they fighting them?
I think they're fighting some of them.
Yep, cool.
One of them left, and around here was where the first iron was.
Okay. But yeah, you can release people from captivity and they instantly become your friends. Which is, it's nice. It means you can have a non... what's the term I'm looking for? A non-hostile beginning to the friendship. And iron up there. No.
Oh, here's some. Although there's a croc coming.
Yeah, we'll probably have to kill it. Oh. Oh, I have to use clubs. I have to actually use the club to get Sunder. That's why it's not.
Yeah, different weapons have different attributes like that. Swords do bleed, I think. Or no, daggers do bleed. Swords do slow. Something like that.
Oh, another croc.
I mean, we can definitely look for captured people, but I think in the long run it's going to be very limiting.
Yeah, I think it'll probably just be too slow. But like, if I knew the game very well and I'd played it a lot, I'd potentially consider that as a way just to spice up the gameplay a bit. But I'm still very new to it, so it feels like it's probably making my life so much harder than I have any reason to do. So I get more with the iron pick than you would from the stone pick, right?
Oh, definitely. I got like half normal stones when I was harvesting them.
Yeah, Jax, finding out that your wall is pregnant is not a good feeling. Hopefully that's just the drywall on the outside that's wasn't attached properly.
There's some more up here. If you're full, you can also give me some.
Yep, I'll almost certainly need to after this bit.
And there's more, even more over there. We should definitely get some carry to help us.
Carry thralls.
Maybe some animals instead of thralls, but yeah,
Well,
definitely
this
helps.
is potentially enough to get us somewhat of a equipped, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot more here.
Yeah. And I'm still not encumbered.
Yeah,
Now I am.
The weight is surprisingly well in the beginning.
How do I
until
send it to you?
I think you just have to drop it.
Oops, didn't mean to drop that.
You want your club back?
Nah. You can throw it on the ground, I don't care about the club. I just got it for the journey. Also, blood does come out of you when I accidentally hit you. Do you actually take damage?
I'm not sure.
We should probably
Try
test
again.
that. No.
Not so far.
Good.
There's more over here.
Cool.
Until we run into a stone, whatever those guys are called.
Oh, yeah. Stone golem things.
I looked for the friendly fire option. There actually wasn't really one, but I think in PvE friendly fire is always off, and the friendly fire is only for PvP for people in the same clan. So I wasn't sure.
That makes sense.
But you can set a damage percentage for friendly fire. So by default, you only do 10% damage friendly fire, and I set it to 1% just in case. But apparently, I'm not. Well, I'm not sure if I was getting 1%.
I really like that
damage.
as a general concept. That's quite cool.
Because the 10 damage you do with your stone weapon, well 1% would still be 1 damage,
But yeah, having friendly fire being a percentage thing I think is a really nice idea in general. So you can still have it as a thing, but you can still be a bit silly about stuff if you need to be, but you don't.
Well, that croc was silly for me. Flew all the way over there.
Yeah, it flipped over for me too.
Yeah, especially in a melee heavy game like this, right? If you have no friendly fire, you don't really have to pay attention, but if you have to pull friendly fire, it's probably very punishing.
Yeah, it's just a bit too much.
There's
Oh, there's
just
more
some
out
more
there.
iron here.
Yeah, I feel like with you already carrying... You're carrying like 600 iron, aren't you? So much I
Yeah,
give you?
620.
And I'm carrying 724. I'm encumbered now, but I'll drop the stone.
Yeah, I'm pretty full. I'm 96%.
Yeah. Are you... Can you drop your stone?
I can.
And then see if you can pick this up. Pick up that iron.
I don't. Oh,
This
okay.
lead back has it.
Well, only 66%. We can pick up some of our stone again.
Okay. Cool.
Much stone was it?
Yeah, I've got just shy of 800 iron.
Oh, I just skilled some points in expertise, so I can carry a lot more now.
Ah.
I was confused why I had so much weight capacity, but I'm like at the second gate in expertise.
Oh yeah, I just
and it seems to have
got
done
some
a
more
lot.
because I've just reached the first gate in survivalist. In expertise, sorry. Might keep going with expertise and just push it up. Is there any downside to having expertise quite high?
Well, the only downside is you can't put it in other stuff.
Yeah.
You probably want, if we are fighting, well, if you're only building, expertise is definitely not bad. If we are going fighting, you want strength or agility, depending on your weapon choice. And you probably want vitality pretty high.
Yep. So you kind of want a bit of everything, and expertise is nice, but it's not absolutely necessary. It's just kind of a speed up thing, isn't it?
Grit is for stamina, so that's always important. And of course, authority if you want your trials to be a bit better.
Okay, so Morthus is saying up this waterfall is where he builds his cities. So let's just have a look since we're here.
I was just wondering if you can actually get up there, but I forget that this is a climbing game.
As long as we have the stamina for it. Oh, and there's more. There's coal up here, I think. Is that iron or coal? That's iron. We both got weight capacity, right?
I'm at 85% and I can
Same.
drop like 700 stones if I need it. Oh yeah, there's some coal over there if you want to grab it.
Yeah, this feels a bit too closed in. In this bit, at least. Like, I'm imagining at least 10 or 15 people will manage to make a decent-sized home in the town.
Only 10 or 15?
I don't normally play Conan. I don't know how many people play Conan. We'll find out. I mean, I know we had on the Scrapyard server over the whole life of it a couple of hundred people, but that's Space Engineers, so I expected lots.
Well, even Valheim had a lot of people.
Hmm.
The 20 slots were constantly filled during stream and people were waiting for people to run out of time so they could come in and...
Yeah, it's true. Alright, I guess we head back.
This spot isn't super large.
No, I think we need somewhere bigger than this. But it does make me think, if we find somewhere big and we've got a little bit of an overlook, like in the direction where that golem is, that could be where the town and then the market that could be where the town hall is built, and then the market's the area down below, and then the town sprawls out in front of it. How many on Ark? Ark was weird. I don't know.
I also don't remember. We had a lot of people playing Ark, but we didn't go for a central town or anything like that.
Because we didn't. I didn't understand how to run a server.
Grab that.
Oh, you want me to grab the coal? Okay.
It's probably not bad to have it for steel, I guess. I'm not quite sure. So we need it for steel. I guess it goes into the steel fire.
There's coal for you to pick up, because I'm full. There's 3 coal boulders here. I suspect we'll get over encumbered. Drop the stone. Split that. Split that. There we go. I can't carry any more than what I'm carrying. Craft a stone pike. Should we just skip the rest of the stone, Nev? Because I mean the coal. Because
Yeah,
I'm presuming you're full now.
I'm also over encumbered, or basically
Yeah.
I dropped some stones to get below them.
Yep. Cool. Well, we got a
If
good
we
haul.
If we know that the iron is on that side of the river and coal on this side of the river, we can always come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of coal here.
And like I think for our first mining expedition, that's gone a lot better than the first one I did with Shadow.
Once we dropped it in the furnace, we can quickly go up in the desert, and I can show you the location where I built my last base. It has a pretty wide open area.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
And if you ever want to die, we can go on that building up front and fight the undead dragon.
Go away, crocodile. There isn't much more open space with plenty of materials around. The best spot is now used by an NPC faction that behaves more like a player base. Conan is made for small, good defendable PvP areas. Yeah. That's why I figured it was going to take a bit of exploring to find a spot that felt like it could grow.
Do you mean the big fort that they put into the game? They actually removed that again.
Yeah.
There's that one.
Well, let's get this smelting and then we can check it out. Check out the location. So it seems like we're doing okay for our quick setup.
Oh, spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, those spiders should get a lot better with iron weapons and some armor.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot what I wanted to do. I wanted to
Looking at the
harvest a
spaces
lot
so
of-
far, I'm thinking a few small towns spread around Splitsville where the common marketplace is. Yeah. Like, I'm thinking that's probably the way this will kind of work. It'll look more like little townships going around the place. Some... we probably don't want to walk over here because that looks like a... Oh, that... What am I
Yeah.
doing? I'm going too far.
Oh, places down here.
You know my sense of direction.
Can we make a sickle yet, or was it only steel? I think it was arc where it's only steel.
Alright. I'll put the coal in the blacksmith bench for now. So it doesn't get used up as fuel. And we have enough... Yeah, we've got enough stuff there for that to smelt. Were you hoping to hang around for any of that to smelt, or were you thinking we could just go straight away?
Oh, we can probably just go.
Right.
Unless we have enough to make a sickle, but then I could collect a bunch of
Unless we
fiber
want to
on the way.
wait for enough to get a pick for you.
Well, at the moment I would favor a sickle, because we need a lot of fiber.
Well, it's more to get your journey done.
Oh. Yeah, I don't really mind that.
Okay. And
Sickle
we-
takes 30
I presume
as
we'll
well.
collect more
How
iron
much
while
do
we're
we
out, and my pick is less than half durability. But I can repair it in the bench, can't I?
Possibly.
And if I repair it in the bench, I don't lose durability? Is that right, chat? I think that's what people were saying. Yes. Chat are confirming. Look at the spaces. Possibly build along a long stretch of river. Does the town need to be a round blob? No, I completely agree. I think a stretched out town that we can walk through and feels like you build towards the central blob, I think is actually kind of ideal. So can you make your sickle?
It needs 30.
Ah. So does a short sword, by the way.
By the time we return, we should hopefully have plenty. We're making like 800.
What's this lake up here with the island in the middle? Not the one with the bridge. The one at H8. Ah!
This guy again.
Keeps respawning here. I guess this is the problem with the quick the quick respawn stuff. The Nobu or whatever he is?
The Kudo.
Kudo, that's right. That's what it was.
Okay, I have my sickle, we can go.
That lake is near a ruin and you can't build near ruins. Sad face.
The island is also not that big. I think the size is a bit misleading on the map.
Oh, I wasn't thinking the town on the island. I was just curious what it was like. It is almost night. Do we need to bring anything particular with us while we travel at night?
I have a torch and I made some too many accidentally if you also want one.
I picked up some of those before. How slow is this going to be? Not far from the first iron sword. If you want to just wait a little bit. Need 10 more. Yeah, I'm not thinking I need to find an area that's great for a huge town to start off with, but it just needs to... It needs to feel like I want to be able to visualize something. And that takes a bit of luck to find a place that feels that way. I do wonder what I'd feel if we went up on the top up here and see what the views were like from up high and see whether then making the palace up the top and then we have village that goes down the ramps and around and down to the river. And so we end up occupying like huge chunks of this whole area. but the center point is up at the top. Because it does seem like, much as I would ideally like to be near easy resources to make life simpler, that may not be actually all that feasible. That's kind of where I'm thinking right now.
Well, resources are split all over anyway. As long as you have stone and wood, you have the basics, and those are everywhere.
Yep. There we go. I have an iron sword. I feel like we should wait so that we both have one of those, because at least being able to put out a bit of extra damage would be nice. Oh. I will be right back. I have to take a phone call. Sorry, everyone. It's from Toby's daycare. Apologies for that, everyone. Toby had just taken a little tumble at daycare and had cut his lip, so they have to notify me over the phone. Which is good, but he's alright. Just got a bit of a cut lip and a bit of a thing. Yeah, it's it's one of those things they have to notify because they have to put a like incident report in and stuff like that. But he falls over. That's what kids do. Alright, Nev, there's a sword here for you.
Good, then we can go. It's also just turned light.
Perfect.
So I do with this stone sword and just drop it on the ground. Oh, one. We should try to kill some animals on the way for more hide, for armor.
Okay, cool. Yep, noted.
Of course I missed.
Well, that's a bit quicker.
Does easily twice as much damage.
Much better.
I should get a skinning knife metal next. But yeah,
Oh yeah, how much metal do you need for that?
Yeah, that's just... If you
Probably
keep
only 30.
waiting for another 30, we will never go.
Yeah, true.
Is this the best way?
I don't know.
We should find another way.
I should have been following you. I just kind of started walking. Whoops. Yeah, the notification stuff is a cover your backside side of things, but it's also nice to get those phone calls, I find. Because rather than it just being like a notification or something like that, there's at least a personal element to the person who's filling it out, who saw it happen to him, telling you what happened. So, do we kill this spider this time?
As long as it's one, it should
Yeah.
go a lot faster. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. That was yeah.
Well, spiders are not really worth harvesting.
Noted. They're worth harvesting something later, aren't they? When we like making poisons or potions and stuff.
Yeah, maybe I should try the cleaver instead for their meaty parts instead of like the 2 or 3 chitin that I'm getting.
Shall I mine that iron that's just there?
Sure.
There's also some around the corner there if we want to take out that spider.
I mean, this one that's attacking you.
Oh yeah, that one.
If anything, we will need it for steel, so we can never
Yeah.
have enough iron.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, if I repaired the pickaxe, at least it means we can collect as much iron as we can carry this time around. My biggest worry when dealing with Toby being sick or Toby being hurt is doing that stereotypical healthcare worker thing of being like, ah, you're fine, until they're almost very, very sick. As many a friend who had a nurse or doctor for a parent experienced. Like, go to school, go to school, go to school. School calls up, I think you need to take your child to hospital. I just don't want to be that parent, but I'm also, like, you know, you gotta be balanced. I don't want to be the sort of parent that's like, oh, every little thing. It's like, no, you're fine. You're gonna fall over. That's how you learn. And up the hill we go. There is that always that little voice in the back of my head. It's like, are you diminishing this too much or too little? There's always that element of uncertainty. I'm guessing we don't want to build anywhere near these open sands. because of some of the nasties that spawn there? Or is it actually not that bad?
This part is not that bad. It's still a pretty early game area.
Okay.
Just don't fall in the big pit next to the purple glowing obelisk.
Okay. No, I did. Oh!
Eee dogs.
Two of them. I'm so glad we came with the better weapons. I think we would have been in big trouble with regular weapons. With our stone weapons.
Yeah, it makes a lot of big difference.
Looking...
But basically, this is the area.
So what I'm thinking is, I kind of like one aspect of it, but can we destroy that encampment?
I don't think so.
Because building up on that little plateau as like the town hall and market, and then everyone else builds on the lowlands, that would be epic. Because it's a small enough rise that you can easily make paths up it.
You
But it's a
can
big
build
enough
on the
rise to
bigger
give it-
plateau behind it, but that might be too high. Because last time I
Oh, I'm
built
talking the
a-
bigger
a-
plateau.
Oh yeah, I mean the encampment up front is pretty small, but it would stay. And last time I built basically around the big tree up there.
Ah, you can't pop the camp, but you can still stop the spawns by building close to stuff, so your plan will work fine. Nice. Thanks, nobody home.
So basically this spot is where my last house stood, in front of this big tree. But there's a lot of very flat ground around here with a lot of space. Although that's about all this place has.
Just space. Yeah, because I can envisage the
Up
palace,
here, there's
town
actually,
hall.
there's actually like a drop down here, down to the river.
Okay, so people can build like houses going down toward the river. But yeah, this plateau, because this gives us a nice, easily defined area of please don't build here. This is going to be for the bigger community builds that I do during the streams. And then everywhere else is fair game.
The big tree has to stay. It's one of the indestructible ones, but
We should also
everything
probably
else-
be like, there should be a clear path from the market to the big tree, because or the big tree could be the center of the market, because it's kind of cool.
the ruins to the left over there is a pretty good spot to find some early game higher level thralls. You should
And it's a nice
probably
little decorative element
avoid
to everything as well.
blocking that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So we want to avoid blocking certain things around here. Yeah, that's a good point.
If
Yeah,
you
the-
avoid going too far in that direction, all the other directions are pretty open. But if the small camp next
Yeah.
to us stops spawning, I don't think anyone will mind.
No. And we can use it initially,
To
like,
the,
this week and-
to the,
yeah,
yeah, to the right from us, there's nothing, so there's a lot of space.
yeah. And then it looked like there's lots of little spots that people can make, possibly even more than just a house, actually have enough room to build up. Do you think I think we probably need like one more week of like maybe make it go live after next week's stream if we aim for that. Everyone can join after that so that we get a bit of time to prep stuff for the town center to give some markers at least.
And Jax, that's why we are moving in, right? To change the color?
We'll be able to get rid of the beige, don't worry.
Yeah, there's a few small camps over here, like in front, at these 3 mountains up there, there's like a small ostrich farm. I'm not sure if you can destroy it or if you just ignore them and kill them.
Okay. I mean, better to pave the desert than pave paradise, I guess. What I like about this spot is that I found anywhere that was wet, you've got the constant rain, which sucks. Because rain sounds in games are almost universally bad. The exception being Icarus.
Well, that's at least the forest, the rainforest to the east. That's very rainy.
Yeah.
The green part in the north are not as rainy, but they're also not as spacious.
Yeah, they don't. From what people are saying, they don't seem like they're spacious.
And the
yeah, that's the
circular
other thing,
part in the middle it's an NPC town, so there's already a lot of buildings there.
Yeah. But this doesn't seem this isn't too far from where people spawn, so they'll be able to, you know, everyone can build their starter stuff and just don't block spawns along the river, and then we can just build around this area. I think this will work out quite well.
And any other spot would definitely be a bit further in, or maybe more end game. Well, not as much if we stay in the desert, but
Yeah. You sound like old people looking for a place to retire. Yeah. That's why we're going to move. That's why we're going to move up north to... Oh, why am I blanking on the name? Oh, and thanks, Solid Nebula. Thank you for the 22 months. Oh, wait, I think I saw that earlier. I think I'm losing my mind. Not Brisbane. Further north. It's up in Queensland. It's a town that has Australia's most neutral climate. It's like the only thing I remember about it because... Harvey Bay. Harvey Bay. That's where people go to... That's the joking place that people go to retire because... it's... Yeah. It has the least variance in temperature between summer and winter of anywhere in Australia. Okay, so if we're going to build here, we probably want to just move here now, right?
yeah, I was just thinking about that. We just pick up and move here before we do anything else that makes moving harder.
Yeah, I reckon. Do we need to build a couple of things here first so that we can move more easily?
Or we should probably put down some foundations and some chests just to drop some stuff off.
Yeah.
Yeah, resource gathering isn't as great on this plane itself, but if you go down to the river below, there's a lot of trees and stones and everything. The only thing you have up here is hyenas.
So we're probably going to need some rules around like people having resource camps and people having different bases in different locations and things like that, so that we don't block spawns for various things, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
But I suspect we don't need rules
they-
around it. We just more need people to be aware that if someone who's played the game a lot says, hey, you probably want to move this base, then you're just going to have to move it. If there's a good reason for it.
When it comes to normal resources, try to avoid building in a spot that has a lot of it. But on the other hand, there's a lot of different spots for resources.
So it hopefully won't be much of an issue anyway.
What should probably be avoided is building in spots that are big NPC camps, because people may want to use them for getting thralls and stuff like that.
Yep.
These small camps like the one next to us here, those are irrelevant, but they're big ones, named camps that are important for...
Okay. It is a good spot. Yeah, I agree with you guys saying that this does feel empty. Also, oh my god. But it is... I think the emptiness is possibly... It kind of gives us a blank slate. It'll be interesting to see whether that works out. Whether having a blank slate is a good thing or not. I think based on the quality of builders I know are in this community, it'll be a good thing. Because it gives so much power to what you guys can do. Yeah, the empty encourages filling it, and encourages... But, Nev and I, and you guys have a think about this as well. We all need to think about this. Which is, how big do we have people go? How big are people able to build? Because I'm not sure on that yet. I haven't got a sense for it. Because we want to have not just like one person occupying everything to the right, one person everything to the left, one person or one clan to each spot. Ideally have like a few smaller buildings around the town center. Or maybe we do that. Maybe we'll say you can have a little thing in the town center, but then as you go out, you can then build big. I don't know. I don't know how it's best going to work. Oh, and something else I was thinking about the other day was there was a bit of a problem in Valheim where we had a few people who were playing really actively at the start and got like their foundations made and then were unable to join for a while, and so the building sat empty. I will use council repossession powers, shall we say, in the event that that happens. So that we can ensure that everything around the town center is being actively used.
Can of course also build a second house somewhere, and maybe if you progress far enough you can set up a teleporter for yourself from your townhouse to your castle that's somewhere else on the map or something like that.
I also feel like Conan's map is small enough that people should probably be encouraged to join into groups if they want to. Because otherwise we may end up filling a lot more than we think. Because Conan's map is not that big. Yeah, Valheim's huge, Jack, so it was good in the sense that we could go out and build lots of personal builds once you got outside the town limits. And so people would use portals to get to their personal builds from their in-house, in-town house build. What? So, those of you, and never, obviously you as well, what sort of things are likely to be good for us to do as a group during the streams? Because like in Valheim, one of the good things was going and kind of pushing our leveling, so allowing us to go out and take on bosses and doing things like that together. Are there a number of things like that in this that might be useful to do?
There's actually a good amount of PvE content you can do, various dungeons, bosses.
Okay.
Like just next to our town is the undead dragon pit where you can go in and fight the undead dragon.
Okay, so there'll be plenty of opportunities for us to go and do PvE stuff together. Awesome.
Yeah. The groups for that should probably not be too huge, because otherwise it just ends in chaos, but in Valheim that usually worked out that like 5 people or so grouped up and did this together, even on stream.
Yeah. I think we can... I know you're probably not going to agree with it here. I think we let people... We do a mix of bull rushing with gigantic groups and doing more controlled, sensible groups. Because there's a bit of fun in the stupidity of it.
Like, we go into the volcano and get obsidian, or we go and collect star metal together and stuff like that. That's stuff that's more like better for groups than done alone.
Yeah, cool. Oh, there's also coal just off our mountain, our little plateau.
I'm just collecting some stone and wood and dropping it off in a chest on top so you can build some more foundations.
Okay, cool.
Croc, you were on the other side of the river. Why are you...
Yeah, the mods will all be listed in a post that I'm sure Nev and I will put together. I say Nev and I, but I'll be real. Nev will probably do it, because he's much more efficient at these things than I am. And that's why you guys always see me and hear me thanking Nev whenever there's a server-related thing that I'm doing. So, as he's pretty much single-handedly run most of our servers so far. A couple I've done, but most of them have been Nev. Jetpack question? What jetpack question?
What's up with these crocodiles?
Wait. Have I not unlocked stairs? How do I unlock stairs?
It's a different unlock. There's a lot of different unlocks.
Construction. Apprentice stairmaker. Unlock.
There's also another one for more roof pieces and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
With your tendency to
Ooh.
build, just get everything in building.
Yeah. Huh?
And we will probably want to upgrade the sandstone buildings against all of the brick types later, but
Yeah, I'm sure I will do stuff. Tavern building set. Ooh, I like those stairs. And railings.
oh yeah, the tavern stuff is from a mod as well,
Yeah.
I think.
And then I've got DLC stuff that I'm looking at. Do I care? I think I'll survive without it. Does give them more palatial options, but I think the Master Mason stuff will be fine enough for me. Especially with these Pythagorean mod blocks, like the spiral stairs.
Yeah, they had a lot of stuff, especially support stuff like the vertical beams and stuff like that.
Ooh, stockades.
Vertical and horizontal beams and angled beams.
Cool. Cool. Elevators. Oh, because we can have thralls operating the elevators, can't we?
I'm not sure. We'll find out.
I presume that's how they worked, because, like, that's how elevators worked. People had to operate them. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this in the long term. I'm probably going to want to move these blocks slightly out so the stairs aren't slightly obscured. I'm also probably going to want some sort of landing in these stairs so that aren't just a single thing of stairs going down. But I thought I'd just start by laying this out so people have a clear idea of where the main thing is. Yeah, sure, stone, so make some more. Actually, let's do it proper. Ah.
I should have put my bedroll down at our new spot.
Oh, did you just die?
Some hyenas ate me.
Oh.
I thought I got them, but I think I had some lag.
Poop.
But
That
we
sucks.
aren't that far out, I think. Should I actually just pick some stuff up and bring it
Yeah,
with
that's what I
me?
was about to say. Would you be better off just using this as a, a quick travel? Ah! Well, not quite enough. Alright, what else do I need for the next bit? I'm short on still stone, and I'll probably need a bit more timber. Okay, let's go down to the river.
If you find my corpse, there's a lot of stone and wood in
Oh,
it.
okay.
I'm not sure if you can actually loot my corpse, but...
Oh, yeah. Well, because we're in a clan, maybe? Yeah, it looks better with the stairs broken up. Yeah, Dominator. I think, I reckon there's a decent chance, because Conan goes on sale a lot, that if you wait sometime during this server run, there will be a sale. And at that point, maybe get the DLC. Because we usually, like, I would expect this to run for somewhere between 2 and 3 months. Sort of time frame. So I've got plenty of time. I already have some ideas for a server after that. I'll have to see how things progress. Because I wanted to make sure I have had a backup, had another idea for what to do afterwards. Because last time we ran a community server, I didn't have any ideas immediately after, and so it took too long. Mirko, this little mini-map is a mod, so I dare say you cannot use it on an official server. That seems unlikely. The joys of the way I run these servers is you don't have to worry if there's another game you want to play as well, because it's time-limited play per week anyway, which means you can do both. You can play more than one game. Am I interested by Dune Awakening? I haven't looked at it at all. I only realized yesterday it was a game and people weren't just talking about the movie for some reason. What? I haven't been paying attention. I don't know why. Is it an MMO?
That's the one thing that has me a bit
Is it an MMO?
careful, because it is an MMO.
Oh, if it's an MMO, that's why I didn't care. I don't care about MMOs. I don't play MMOs. I got addicted to an MMO and I won't play them again. No, 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 no. I have a child. I do not want to be playing a sort of game that I lose that much time to. That would be really bad. Especially a PvP MMO. Like, yes, the MMO that I got hooked on. Ah! Oh dear. That's bad. 3 hyenas is not good. Nev, little help. Are you still here?
Not helpful yet.
No. I forgot to take my potions. Oh well, I'll bring some stuff with me. I'll leave the torches for now.
I emptied the resource chest and took
Yep.
the metal that was done smelting, and then I was full.
I might... Wait, can I... I can't pick up the blacksmith's bench without having the hammer on me, can I? No.
Check the E-wheel, there might be a pickup option.
Pick up. There we go. I'll carry that with me. Can I carry the furnace?
It's a bit confusing, because usually if you pick it up with a hammer, you get the resources back, but if you pick it up like this, you actually get an item that you can place again.
Yeah.
Which
I don't have
might
enough.
actually be... Oh yeah, because of all the iron. Yeah, let it do for a
I'll
bit
let us do
pick
it,
it
do
up.
its thing for a bit. I got 54 iron at least, so that can get us a few... something else. Alright.
Yeah, I got the 200 something that were done last time.
Oh wow, 200. Cool. Alright, time for me to do some running past some spiders.
Can you take the beds, maybe?
Oh, you want me to pick up the beds and bring them? That's probably a good idea.
We could probably just make new ones as well. But
Alright. Beds are being brought. Yep, my run of shame. Shame! Shame!
well, it's not like I didn't just do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Jax, I was not aware that there were drops. I've always had them enabled, but I've never played a game that actually had drops. Like, I've always had that option enabled in Twitch, but I've literally never played a game that's had drops before. At least at the time that I played it. Okay, save my stamina before I sprint past this spider. See you, Kentucky. June has a mostly PvE map that you live on that is the size of the Conan map and a set of 9 PvP areas about the same size which wipe every week. Yeah. Conan does have a proxy voice option, doesn't it, Nev?
Yeah.
Yeah, which will be enabled. So people please keep that in mind during the streams, that it will be enabled. So don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Valheim didn't have voice. No, it didn't.
No. And Scrapyard did,
Yeah.
thanks to Ramad. Yeah, we'll have voice enabled so people can talk. Because I think it adds a nice bit of immersion.
But on the other hand, you didn't stream Scrapyard, right?
No, I edited
This
it,
is still,
so
this is still a first.
yeah. Ow! Hyena is eating my back. Run, 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 run! Oh, good, Nev's back.
Well, after you.
No, but there are, like, my body is right near the hyena spawn.
Yeah, they spawn around the big tree here. Should probably block them at some point.
Yeah, well, I'm in the process of doing that effectively because I'm building out that way. So I figured the main stairs to get up to and down, like down to the tree and up to the plateau are probably the first thing to define the area.
Yeah, I should look into a building that serves as a spawn blocker without the limited range that the normal buildings have now.
Well, is it the limited range that these buildings have, or is it because of the limited range did we create that problem because of trying to allow people to build near each other in different clans?
Yes, we created the problem.
Okay. So there's potentially going to be problems with fixing it?
Well, my plan was to create a special building that basically has an inflated range, so even with the reduced range, it's still bigger than the others, so it's about normal, if that makes sense.
But would that not stop other people from building nearby?
No, it had distinct ranges for,
Oh, it is a distinct thing? Okay.
although, to be honest, it says range for resources. I guess I will have to test if that applies to mob spawns as well.
Mezzy, this will be a community server. In the same way that my community servers usually run, which is supporter servers, so that we can keep it friendly. Yes, Nev is working on the magic access via Discord. As it is proving it's proving a bit tricky because unlike the Space Engineers server, and I think Valheim, you'd made it so it was dynamically adding people as well, wasn't it?
Pretty sure
Or did we
Valheim
password it?
just used a password.
Yeah.
The Steam
Oh, yeah,
ID
that's right, it
stuff
did.
was first for Scrapyard.
Yeah, so the Scrapyard server, Nev set it up so that it uses your Steam ID, and that's how you gain access, and it puts you on a whitelist, so you don't need to remember password or any of that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, this particular game seems to require the server to restart for that list to update, and Nev's looking into solutions for that.
Well, most games do. Just for Space Engineers, I wrote a plugin to avoid that.
Oh, okay. So you had to write it all. Okay. Cool.
Well, the plugin was pretty simple, but Forge gives you a lot of options there, so that was a lot easier.
Simple, he says. Simple.
That was actually pretty simple. Just monitor if the file
You know
changed
what
and
I'm
then
saying, man. You know.
apply the new list. I could probably teach you how to do that.
I'd be offended if that was said in other circumstances, but I think if you say it to me, I've kind of just got to wear it. You did suffer through teaching me how to airlock in Stationeers. This is not liking me. I wish my head wasn't in the way. Why is my head in the way?
It doesn't snap, right?
No, because the stairs go down too low. I need to be at a different height.
Ah, I see. Glad we shifted to the left.
Yeah, how do you go first person?
Just keep scrolling forward. Oh, don't have a weapon in hand.
Oh. Have nothing in hand? I then bring out... Ah, cool. First person build mode. Cool. Much better. I know this is slightly misaligned. I will probably have to fix this later, because it'll probably bug me. I'll fix it now. The FOV on the first person is tight. Yeah, tight, like a tiger. Oh, nailed it. I think that's good enough. Now, at some point, I'm probably going to want to change these up so that they're not squares and I use the triangles around some of this, but I think this will work well enough for now. As a bit of a guideline to help people. There are angled pieces. You've got the equilateral triangles that are so popular in Unreal games.
Well, there's good reason that you don't get other triangles, because they are very hard to use.
I know. But they should have magical pieces that do.
But
I'm just going to shove down the blacksmith
different
bench then.
side lengths, which is yeah. I was just thinking about putting down the armor bench so I can actually start doing some
Yeah.
armor. Will probably be a while before we have anything sorted here.
Is this just to stop the highness spawning? Yes. Yes, it is. I do not want my back chewed on while I'm in the middle of building.
Yeah, we have the Pythagoras mod, but I'm not sure what's all included in there. Oh yeah, the Pythagoras mod does have 90-degree triangles. You
does it?
never need those.
Oh, cool.
I wonder if it also has walls that actually fit on it then.
Huh. Can I get rid of this antelope corpse that's the spawn for it?
Probably not.
Okay, so we're gonna have to make that a feature. Cool.
I can try to... there are various tools. Oh, the ground is coming up a bit here.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate the height differences, but that should stop that from spawning hyenas at least. And it gives people a bit of an idea of what I'm thinking around this space.
There are various tools to modify the map. Like, if we really need to, I could look into if there's stuff to delete stuff like that.
Do I need to block all of these ones around here? I probably do, don't I?
Possibly, especially because of the lower range.
Yeah, alright. I'll just put something next to this one for now. Love the community maggot pile. Yeah! Do I have the DLCs? No. No, I do not have the DLCs. I have none. None. The carcasses only help the property value. Yeah, Jax. Yeah, exactly, Morthas. You can build a butcher's hut next to it. We could have a little butcher's... that could be the butcher's stand for the market. That sort of stuff. Basically, in case any of you are unfamiliar with how I like to play these sorts of games, I play survival games like people play The Sims. If The Sims had a survival mode, I would probably play it a lot. Decoration, building cool things, that's my jam. Nev, what's the deal with sandstorms and the purge? Just got asked. Also heard something biting on something.
Sandstorm is sandstorm. It's there and it will damage you and... well, yeah.
What about the purge? Because the purge was like the 7 Days to Die Horde mode, wasn't it? Is that what that is?
Yeah, but they changed it. It used to be automatic, like it triggered automatically after a certain
Oh, that's right, you have
amount
to...
of stuff you did.
Yeah.
But now you have to actually basically request that they attack you.
Yep.
So
Oh, so we can do that once we've got the town with some like walls and defense, and we can do a defense stream as well. We can do that as a community event where we trigger it. Yeah?
as long as no one else actually triggers this in our town.
Well, yeah, I would assume that no one is going to trigger it. Because that would be bad. I I feel like I shouldn't need to say that we shouldn't do that until people are ready. Right? Right, chat? Oh, don't want those. Ah! Click the wrong button. Oh yeah, we could just disable it on the server level, couldn't we, Nev?
Probably. I have to check where the option is, but yeah, there's usually options for this stuff.
Yeah, we should probably have that disabled then, I guess, until we decide that as the server as a whole, it's something we want to do. Yeah. Alright, I'm happy with that as enough paving for the moment to give people a bit of an idea. Well, the reason I wouldn't want people to trigger it when we're not ready is that people could trigger it when we're not even online streaming doing anything, and that would be bad. It should only be something we do when people are actually present. That was more what I was meaning. I might go back to the camp and pick up the last stuff. We can probably both go back and get everything, yeah?
Yep. Just dropping more into the chests.
I think I've got your water skin.
I have one.
We have a bonus one.
We had a spare one that I found somewhere.
Do I need to carry this leather journal?
Probably not. I think I threw mine away.
I'll just put it away.
You can read the text in it, and afterwards either we store it or we destroy it.
Ah.
Like a data pad with story.
Okay. Alright, yeah. Alright, let's go grab the last of our stuff. I am a bit stuck. I done this wrong.
Danger of a spot.
As he says, standardly, you can either disable it or set a timer. It's only allowed in. Yeah, I think we just disable it and then we can enable it when Nev and I have decided. And that way everyone knows ahead of time, like, if we plan a week ahead and be like, hey, next week we're going to do the purge. Then everyone can be prepped and we can plan on where we're going to hold the line, sort of thing.
The intensity of the attack also depends on how much we put in our treasure chest, I think.
Ah, okay.
So you can sort of control how much.
Yeah, nice.
Also a risk-reward kind of thing, of course. You get bigger chances to get good shrouds you can tame.
Well, that was an attack. 2 hyenas and the kudo. Purge used to not affect faces of people not online. Ah, excellent. Yeah.
Skin you.
I think if you're into that, then you should probably plan a city with fortifications in mind and places to put archer thralls in. I think we can plan that as kind of like a toward the end of the run sort of thing, where we've got a pretty good idea of where the town boundaries are by that stage and how big people actually need to build, that sort of thing. And then start building towards having those fortifications put in. And it could be kind of nice to be like, hey, since we're near the end, no time limits for anyone. If anyone wants to help build the walls and supply the materials for the walls, that sort of thing, we can then build it super fast because we'll have lots of people helping on it all the time. I'm following you, Nev, by the way. Just because we were beside each other. It's not always clear who's following who.
And I just assumed we both knew where we were going.
You assumed poorly.
with these enemies? They're just stun locked when we attack them.
Yeah, we keep crippling them. Nev has extended the level max as well as some other things to make feats more available, so we've got more people. People can get more things. But not everything. So do be mindful you can't get everything, but you can get more things. More feats.
More feats and more attributes.
Yeah.
Just for a bit more fun.
Because I like building so much, and in games like this, it tends to seem that builders need to have a lot of these things, and you don't want to accidentally put them in the wrong points. I feel like having more than the default is usually good. No, Jax, I knew what you were going to say when you say that we were going to need more feats. No. Behave, Mr. Moderator.
Anything still in the chests?
Ooh. Okay. I'm a little bit encumbered. Not hugely encumbered though, actually.
Well, then drop what you need to, and I will see what else I can pick up. I guess I can dismantle the house.
I don't need to drop all of that. Nope, I'm encumbered again. Hang on, let me see. There we go. That's put me at 95%. And then you're going to break down as much of the house as you can?
Don't want to leave anything here, huh?
Yeah, we want to make sure we don't block other people from building here later.
I really like the hammer to dismantle stuff.
And this is why you have thralls, they make good pack mules. Yeah. I think we made the right call not going for thralls today. And saving that for once we've got a place. But I'm looking forward to getting you guys. Those of you who can't join the server or just... Oh, actually, that's the thing I hadn't planned on. If you're planning on playing on the server and you want a thrall named after you, you're possibly going to need to give me an alternative name for your thrall if you're picked. Or I'm going to come up with one that is a bit of a mangling of your name to make it so that there aren't a character and a thrall with the same name. Alright, are you encumbered?
Yeah, but just ever so slightly.
Because I've got capacity for 5. That'll do. It's not, that stuff's not worth enough to bring. Let's just go. Actually, Andy, that's not a bad plan for those whose names work in reverse. Ridna. Yep. Kruz, haven't we had Bozerg somewhere before? Or is that just me when I was feeling cheeky and I renamed you that in Discord? Why does TFE become an electronic funds transfer? Oh, Buzzorg was in a Jackbox stream, that's right. When we played a bit of community Jackbox. Sad we don't have the time to do that stuff as often anymore. That was good fun.
Is the spider still dead or is it a new one?
Looks dead to me.
It's still dead.
You only found out what Zockley meant the other week? Yes. Wilcox.
How are you moving? Spider corp.
You thought it was Welsh or something. Shouldn't it have more L's in it if it was Welsh? Cool. Well, we moved. We've started. We've got a bit of a base prepped. I'm pretty happy with our progress today, Nev. And as this is a Tuesday stream that goes a little bit shorter than the usual ones, I think we're going to wrap up here with the plans to come back next week and hopefully, assuming Nev's got the stuff with the whitelist mod plugin stuff worked out, ideally at the end of the stream, the server will then open up because that should give us enough time to prep everything that we need to prep to get it all to work and have clear ideas around stuff. If you want to discuss anything around this over on Discord, feel free to drop any suggestions, ideas in the emotional supporters chat or in the server chat area. There are a couple of them in the supporters areas once you've linked things. As we're both open to other suggestions around, particularly the plot sizes, that side of thing, so that we do get something that feels like a town or a city. Because if the plots are too big, we won't really get the town feel. If the plots are too small, people won't bother using them because it's just too hard to build. And I don't know where the sweet spot is for that, for Conan. So happy to have suggestions from you guys around that.
There are hyenas here. One hyena.
Yeah, I don't know. That could make the town spicy. But yeah, that's the plan. I will be back tomorrow, actually, because Shaq and I are going to play some Silica tomorrow as a random one-off stream. Because I can do a one-off early stream tomorrow, which is nice. That'll be super early in the morning, probably, for me. So around the time that I start the Stationeers streams on a Friday. And then on Friday, I'll be back with more Stationeers. And then, because Shaq's going to be away this coming weekend, I'm going to do a double Stationeers week. I'm going to do Stationeers on Friday and on Sunday to see how much more I can get done, because who knows when this terrain update is going to come. As for Aska, I'm going to leave Aska where it was. I might come back to it as a co-op thing with Capac in the future. And don't forget, there will be some Survival Impossible over on YouTube tomorrow. So there's all that, and plenty more to come. And we will see you then.
Yeah.
Thanks for setting this up, Nev. Let's go raid a Capac.